Tom, Jason, this is the Freeburg Garage, and we are on the FXRT Build once again, and we are installing now the pistons to the cylinders. This is where we bring the service manual to life, digital format from 1988 to your screen, and we are putting the pistons in the cylinders in the step-by-step process you gotta make sure you gotta do, otherwise the service manual says you're going to explode that motor. So let's dive in, check it out. Well, we are back to the part that I didn't think was gonna happen for a very long time, and that is installing the pistons back onto the bike and into the cylinders. I got everything laid out, what we need to get done per the service manual from 84 to 90. Right there is what we go by, and a bit of S&S because we are using S&S pistons right there. These are all gapped, ready to go. They are stock compression along with a 10-over bore. That is to match with our new cylinders where they were old and now they are new. So that's what we're going to be using there. And those have some prep that we got to do. So let's start off with one first, back to the pistons here. They're gapped accordingly, so each of the areas of the rings are clocked onto the piston, however I can say that right there. So those are all set on both sides. The diagram, the last one, is showing where you need to put your gapping along the piston to make sure that you don't have them all locked in the same area for oil blow-by. So that's all set. And then I have our new gaskets right there. That's what we're using, which is a DS172051 right there. These are metal, so these are improving from the paper gaskets, or cork even, on the stock from what Harley would have from the factory. Along with improving, we have some snap rings that come with the S&S pistons, and that improves the design of the old ones. The old ones have this particular clip that's pressed in. You gotta use a tool or finagle it back into the groove. Not difficult, but you gotta get new ones and so on and so forth. So S&S does an improvement on these, allows you to use snap rings. So we got those covered, and along with our new wrist pins right there, brand new, so we're not using the old ones. And then we also have a piston kit right there, installer. This is a Power Built kit number 940387. Pretty much close as you can get to like a Jim's without the price tag. This is probably, once again, a quarter of the price tag. I'll leave the link below if you're interested in doing a piston ring set that's not the cheapest, but also give you a little bit of quality and something you can use probably for the lifetime of your building experiences. All right, so we got that. We got some new fuel line hose that we're gonna slide over the studs per the manual, even though you should always have that so that your pistons don't slap against your studs that we installed. Lastly, we also need to clean up the cylinders. These cylinders here have a nice oil that's on them from when they are bored out, cleaned up. And once again, these are 10 over. So we're gonna scrub them in a bucket, get them cleaned up. We actually have to get them to a point of where there is no lint or debris left in there. It seems pretty obvious, but it takes a minute. You gotta use some Dawn dish soap bucket, keep scrubbing. Actually, it says that right in the manual too. You wanna keep on doing it until it is a lint-free rag and you're pretty much good in the cylinder. Once that's all set, we'll lay the gaskets down, get everything all prepped on the bike, probably put the pistons on first, of course, and then we're gonna slide the cylinder over it. There are many different ways you can get your cylinder on your piston. You can have them pre-set up on here, but this is the most, single person way to do it as far as what the service manual says. So I'm by myself, so that's why we're gonna do it. So if you're doing it at home, you don't have an extra hand to be able to help you, well, this should hopefully get you along the way. All right, so let's get into getting these cylinders cleaned up, and then we'll move our way to the piston installation, and then from there, cylinders on. All right, let's get it done. We're gonna use some soap right there, real simple right there. Put it in the bucket, have that going, grab our cylinder here, and we're gonna start dunking away. So even after all that scrubbing in the water, I had to pull them out and actually get the Dawn dish soap and just scrub it manually all the way through the cylinder to really get the grime in. So I thought that was gonna work, but it didn't. So I did that off camera. So if you're doing this, just use your Dawn dish soap without water and sit there and scrub, and then eventually you have yourself a clean cylinder. Hard to show there, but all cleaned up, dried up from all the oils. Pretty stoked. We're good to go and get the pistons on. So we're gonna get those attached to the motor now. let's get it on. All right, prepped and ready to get this assembled. We need to get the rags, of course, out. Remove these. Slip over our gaskets. Making sure that it lands on the dowel pin there. There we go. Looks good. And get our other one going. All right. Looks good. Slip over our new covers. All right, we're gonna get the rods a little higher up. There we go, right about there. Raised up, just gently put one right there, the other one on the other side. And we gotta get our pistons arrow going this way to the front and do one side of the C-clip, slide the pin in, and then the other side will go in. So I've already cleaned up the rod here, the bushing in the inside. There's no scoring. You can get new ones put in if you need to, but there's nothing wrong with these ones. Felt that they were just fine. So we're gonna put it in as it is. Put a little oil on my finger just to make sure that it's smooth going in. All right, smooth as butter going in. That's awesome. Now let's get our C-clips in. First one there. Okay. Nicely seated. Hop on the other side. Getting the cylinders on the pistons. Per the manual, gotta make sure that these are nice and oiled up all around. Okay, we're good there. And we're gonna slip over our ring here for our compressor. Okay, get that. There we go. Looking good there. Let's grab the jug. We're gonna oil up the inside of the jug as well. All right, now it's set up, on to the next. The clamp was fighting me, so I had to stop, remove it, and get the piston more situated on the jug itself. So now everything's situated, I can actually push it into the cylinder, just like the other side. There. There we are. And now they can be seated all the way there. All right. Pistons, cylinders, look good. Bam, there it is. Pistons and cylinders all installed. Finally coming together. Starting to look new. Starting to have a shine to the new motor coming up. That front cylinder was a bitch trying to put together. It was a lot more difficult with one person. If you can have two people, highly recommend that. Trying to finagle that cylinder going in and you're on a diagonal, it's not fun. But that's it for now, guys, and that'll wrap it up for me in this one. If you have made it all the way through, I would greatly appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button, tap that like, press the notification, leave a comment below and tell me what you think. And for those who've already subscribed, thank you, and as always, stay free. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!